Hiya, and welcome back to Dawn Chorus, the game that teaches us that Bjorn means bear in Norwegian. For the first time, we actually have a fact. Anyways, let's just hop right in. It's been half an hour and not much has happened yet. There's some festival going on, but the main character misses most of it, running errands for others. Seems like the film tries to put the viewer in a dreamlike state, but I was already pretty tired to begin with, and I can feel myself slowly slipping into a real dream. Maybe this just isn't for me and I don't like anime, no matter the quality and genre. I promised myself to give it half an hour, and it's already past that. Bjorn seemed pretty sure that I was going to like it, so maybe I shouldn't give up on it so soon. Bjorn? Gives me a quick glance before turning back to the screen. Does it get more interesting after a while? Yeah, the start is slow, but it picks up just after the scene. The main character climbs up a hill, running away from the village. All around him, while flowers blossom, contrasting with the black sky threatening to swallow everything. A lone bird swoops down from the sky, flying across the slope with a loud cry. The cat makes it to the top and sits down on the grass, looking up at the starry sky, just like me and Bjorn not long ago. It's an incredible feeling to have the whole galaxy in front of you. In the film, it looks more like spilled milk than individual stars. Suddenly, a bright neon shape descends from the sky, straight at the cat, followed by a loud hiss. Whoa, wait, what was that? Just wait, only gets weirder from here. Are we watching Space Dandy? The end credits scroll up the screen, but I barely notice them. Get up from the bed and my legs carry me towards the window. Arvo? The moon shines brightly above the mountains, painted in otherworldly hues. Hang on, let me check something. Alright, NSFW content is off. Yay. Everything seems to be flowing as if the trees were moving in a complicated dance of their own will, and just not swaying in the wind. I feel like I'm still out there, floating through the sky. What the fuck was that? No! No, outdated MacBook, you're not allowed to update. Thought you knew that already. You're not allowed to update. Because I don't feel like getting a Disney Fast Pass straight to hell. I feel like I'm still out there, floating through the galaxy. The harpsichord still plays in my head, chords bashing over and over again like an earthquake. Have I ever done anything truly good? Some kind of act that would give my life meaning? Hiya, welcome. Is my life a loan I have to pay up? It makes you ask questions, doesn't it? I'm more concerned about the answers now, though. Where does one find happiness? Is it worth to sacrifice yourself for others? What value does life have? Who do I live my life for? For myself, obviously. But there are also my parents, family, friends. I know I need them and I couldn't imagine not having them. But is that all? It is my ambition to become a scientist and to do research, in part to satisfy my curiosity, but I want to make some contribution to science. Could this make me happy? Knowing that my work put something positive into the world, that I helped someone, that I had an impact on others' lives? If there is one answer I could get out of this film, is that being there for others can give my life value. I probably don't need to sacrifice myself for them, but to live only for myself and my own goals would be an empty life. Wow. I had no idea an anime could hit me this hard. This one does things to people, yeah. I had no idea stuff like this existed. All the Western animations I've seen were much more geared towards younger audience. Not like this couldn't have been played for kids, but it wasn't afraid to get dark, and it didn't shy away from heavy topics. Didn't treat the viewer like an idiot. Didn't shy away from a bittersweet ending that now no Western studio would have the guts to do. I'm gonna adjust my microphone a bit. Whoop. Nope. Bop. Okay, I have to admit, anime can be great. Say I told you, but this is just one film. Quite an old one at that, so I don't yet feel entirely convinced. All the symbolism was a bit much, but the surreal scenery was a delight to look at. Bjorn turns on the light and stretches, groaning. Bjorn? Yeah? What am I supposed to do with all these feelings inside me now? Cherish them. Use them to grow and become a more complete person. I miss having those. As you get older, things just dull a bit. Nothing has such an impact on you anymore, and you don't ask as many questions. You just get used to living in this world. What if they aren't good feelings? You decide if they're good or not. It's like with a heartbreak. It can crush you if you can't resolve the feelings inside you, but it's also a chance to grow. Often, negative experiences and emotions can teach you more than positive ones, and you learn to appreciate them too. This wasn't your first time watching it, was it? I saw it 4 years ago, the same year I finished high school. So that would make you 23? 24. I had a gap year after I didn't get in med school and I failed a year. 24. 5 years older than me, huh? Yet we talk like there's no barrier between us. Oh, before I forget again, I was wondering, where do you live? In a dorm. They've put me in Solaris.
It's time to drink water.
I think I know which one it is. It's on the
It's
other end
time
of
to drink
campus.
water.
No wonder we never met before.
It's time to drink water.
By the way, Arvo, there's something that's been bugging
It's
me.
time to drink water.
What's that? Why me? I mean, why did you want to stay here with me instead of, let's say, with Miko? Miko. It's a bit of a complicated situation, but I don't know if I want to get into it now. Fire. And, well... Wait, is Bjorn a DILF? Fucking Windows XP. You know what? You know what? I have to know. I have to know. Hang on, hang on. Okay, okay. I have to know. I have to know. What qualifies someone as a DILF? It is a slang. DILFs are way older men. Okay, there's a 10-year age gap between Arvo and Devin, and yet we call him a DILF. There's a 5-year, there's like a 4 or 5-year age gap. 5-year age gap between, there's like a 8-year age gap between, oh my god. Okay, you know what? You know what? Bjorn is not a DILF. Bjorn is not a DILF. He is a zaddy. I hate myself. I hate the fact that I googled that. I hate the fact that I just googled what it is. And Bjorn is a zaddy. And I hate every part of that. He's been chill enough with everything so far that I feel like I can actually risk being upfront about that. Well, you're cool and quite cute. I hope that you don't mind me saying that. I like you and I thought it'd be nice to spend some more time around you. Am I trying to flirt with him or do what exactly? Because whatever it is, I'm awful at it. You can stop now before you turn all red as a tomato. It's kinda endearing and I'll take it as a compliment. Okay, this was extremely embarrassing, but at least he didn't laugh at me. Thanks, Arvo. I'm glad you asked me. It was a blast to spend this evening with you. A blast sounds a bit strong. We just chatted and then watched a film. Thanks, I had fun too. Why did you take a room with someone else, though, if you didn't want to be here alone? Oh, I don't mind sitting alone. I'm used to that. But I don't have many friends here. Travis is one, but he wanted to have his own room, and I'm sure he'd spend the evening playing some games anyway. I failed a year, and that means all the friends I had already graduated. And after that, it didn't make any new ones. Not easy to fit into a tight-knit group of people who've known each other for a few years already, you know. I can imagine. Note to self, never fail a year. I opened my maw wide, yawning. Watching a film got me really sleepy, and the fatigue is finally catching up with me. I think it's time for me to go to bed. Don't mind me, though. I'm so sleepy you won't even wake me up for sure. Now I'll go, too. It's been a long day. You can turn the light off. I'll go brush my teeth and straight to bed after that. You're not showering? Oh, I shower mornings. I often sweat a lot during the night, and I'd rather be fresh and clean for the day. Showering in the evening is weird. Why bother if you're musky again in the morning anyway? That feeling when you get in the shower after a long day and let the water wash away your fatigue, and then getting into a clean bed. Well, I'm not judging, I'm just saying what works for me. Oh, wait, I need to put all the stuff from your bed somewhere else. Aww. Life's a lie and everything sucks forever. We can't cuddle with Bjorn. We can't cuddle with Bear the Bear. Bjorn the Bjorn. Let's accidentally burn the other bed. Let's accidentally remove all the screws from the other bed, causing it to fall apart the nanosecond we even touch it. Let's accidentally cover the entire bed in gasoline and accidentally drop a match. Let's accidentally do the same thing to Bjorn's clothes. Wait, what? The bear goes off to clean the bed, and in the meantime, I sit down on a chair and take out my phone to see if I got any messages. Where are you staying tonight? You found a room? Yeah, I'm staying with Bjorn. Oh, cool! I don't think I know who that is. He was eating dinner with us, silly. Oh, him! It's funny, because he actually is a bear. Yeah, I know. Crazy. Hope you have fun! Thanks, sleep well. Okay, your bed is ready. I'll be back in a moment, but as I said, you can turn the lights off whenever you want. I nod, too sleepy for a proper reply. Bjorn hesitates for a moment before patting my head. It's a hasty and short pat, but it's a nice gesture anyway, and I lean into his huge paw before he takes it away. I can tell that he's not used to physical contact, but he seems to be enjoying this moment of it nevertheless. He doesn't say anything more, but walks away to the bathroom, closing the door behind him. I get up, turn off the light, and collapse onto the bed. Man, this was a tiring day. I barely have enough energy to get under the sheets. Apart from the sound of water flowing in the bathroom, it's completely silent here. The scenes from that film we watched today still play in my mind. Two friends on a journey to the heart of things. Lost in the everyday. I forgot how wondrous and strange life is. I'm not sure why, but everything seems so fresh now, like I'm looking at the world for the first time. Holy fuck, I just had a core memory! I just remembered a core memory! Fuck! Core memory! Yes! Yes! Okay, I don't know if you remember this, if you know about this, but there's this movie called Fern Gully. There is this movie called Fern Gully. I'm gonna have to find it later, because goddamn, I don't think we did. Lost in the everyday. I forgot how wondrous and strange life is. Not sure why, but everything seems so fresh now, like I'm looking at the world for the first time. I'm glad to be able to share my life with all my friends, that they're here with me in this strange world and we can experience it together. And that's enough. Sleep comes faster than I expected, even before Bjorn returns. Day 2. If I died today, what would be my biggest regret? That is a hell of a way to start. I'm sure I would have some, but I've barely started my life. Frankly, I don't feel like I've done anything with it yet. I think of the panic attack I had during the summer after finishing high school. I was lying in the grass outside my house when suddenly I felt that time was slipping through my fingers. The present was turning into the past faster than I could grasp it. It felt like the time was accelerating faster and faster with every moment. Maybe the past has already outrun me? Maybe I'm already dead? Is there any point in regretting anything now, then? I open my eyes. It's somewhat dark in the carriage, the only sources of light being 3 dimly lit ceiling lamps, and the stars shining brightly outside. No sound breaks through the rhythmic clatter of the train wheels rolling on the tracks. I stand up to see if there's anyone else here, but the carriage is empty. I'm all alone. I sit back again and lean against the window pane. The stars illuminate the vast fields below, thin strands of wheat reflecting in their silvery glow. The fields are seemingly endless, stretching all the way to the horizon where they seem to merge with the stars. I could watch them forever, undulating like a sea, brushed by a gentle breeze, silvery and flowing. Grains turning into dust, dust turning into stars. Suddenly I remember something. Something endlessly ephemeral and elusive, not a voice or a touch, but maybe just air vibrations, or even a fleeting feeling. But I know I wasn't always alone here. An interesting feeling of loneliness hits me like a drifting glacier. It's overwhelming, drowns out everything else, like dark water rushing from the ceiling to submerge me completely. I need to remember, clinging to every fleeting memory of any sensation. I try to remember just anything. Maybe the face, or at least just a name, but nothing comes to me. Not even the sensation of sitting next to each other. It slips out of my grasp and vanishes in the dark until I'm not sure if it was even real. I open my eyes to an unfamiliar ceiling and look around. It takes me a moment to remember where I am. In the guest house, in Bjorn's room. I groan and rub my eyes sleepily. I feel woolly-headed. Something must have woken me up. Not Bjorn, though. He's fast asleep in the other bed. Thankfully, he's not even snoring. I'm a pretty light sleeper. It's still mostly dark. The gray light barely illuminates the room. Laptop on the table is still open, and I think back to the film we watched yesterday. Maybe it was because of the circumstances, but it touched me deeply and shifted something inside of me. I don't feel like the same person I was yesterday morning. Check the time on my phone. It's 6:20. Still a bit before the sunrise then, and before the alarm I set. Maybe I had a nightmare? But if that's the case, I don't remember any of it. I don't think I'll get any more sleep, so I might as well go do something. Groaning, I get out of bed, hissing as my paw pads touch the cold floor, sending jolts up my spine. I glance at Bjorn, but he still seems to be sleeping soundly. My yesterday's clothes are hanging on a chair backrest, sad and crumpled. Oh, what I would give for a pair of clean boxers right now. I pick up my t-shirt and give it a quick sniff, but thankfully it doesn't smell yet. After putting the clothes on, I grab my bag and head towards the door, careful not to wake up the bear. Bo. Right? I step outside the terrace door and look at the world slowly waking up from the night's sleep. How the fuck? It's snowing heavily, maybe even more so than yesterday morning. The impenetrable cover of gray clouds look like a thick blanket draped over the earth. Aside from some splotches of green here and there peeking out from beneath a thick white cover, the scenery looks like a monochrome photograph. Only the mop is able to do that! And that's because the mop is in creative mode. Walking away from the guest house and into the snow, I feel like I'm stepping into a painting. The crisp, cold air revitalizes me. I feel much more well-rested than I usually am in the morning, even though I woke up before my alarm. The air feels different too. Not that it's not clean and slow, but here, in the mountains and near the sea, breathing feels so much more visceral. I feel like I'm breathing with my whole body. I don't want to stay out for too long. Bjorn will probably wake up soon too, so I only walk up to the tree line and start walking alongside it. Looking at these woods and the stars above them yesterday with Bjorn, I felt oddly exposed. As if the direct contact with the nature around us made me lower my guard and made me open up more than usual. I wonder if Bjorn felt the same, or at least something similar. He seemed to be fully honest when he talked with me, yet, even as I leant against him, he felt as distant and unreachable as the stars in that sky. Maybe that's just how he is. Though, when he showed me that anime last night, it was almost like he was trying to tell me something through it. As if that was his way of reaching out to me. What a turn of events for me to end up in his room of all people. What the fuck? That scared me. What? What? Why are you screaming? Oh my... Oh, God. Silent notifications, my asshole. No, fuck off, Google. Hang on. Let me fix this. Fuck off, Google Play. I'll set you up later. What a turn of events for me to end up in his room of all people. The guest house is slowly waking up. The lights in a few rooms are already lit, like candles bringing warmth to the cool morning. Oh my god, right? It's still dark in Bjorn's room, though. I might have to wake him if he doesn't get up soon. We're supposed to leave early today. If we don't hurry up with breakfast, no one is going to wait for us. Oh, I can't wait to see the town. I close the door behind me softly and look into the room. Bjorn is still in bed, but he's looking at me from beneath the duvet with half-closed eyes. Morning, Bjorn. Hi there, Arvo. Wait, do I need to censor? I feel like I should. Hey there, Arvo. You're up already? Yeah, I even had the time for a small walk. Bjorn sits up on the bed and yawns, his maw gaping wide. He looks around sleepily, his gaze unfocused. I must have woken him up when I entered. He looks like he has no energy at all. Hey, sleepy bear, time to get up. Yeah. Ugh, what time is it? It's still so dark. We're above the Arctic Circle and it's October. Of course it's still dark. It's 6:35 at the moment. We have breakfast in 25 minutes. Oh. That's not good. I gotta go take a quick shower and dry myself. Don't wait for me if I'm taking too long. Don't worry, I think they'll leave us some food even if we're late. Sorry, Arvo. Bjorn walks off to the bathroom with heavy steps, almost walking into the closed door. Not a morning person, I see. Well, neither am I, but for some reason there's an unusual clarity to my thoughts. I sit down on the bed, listening to the shower splashing in the bathroom and letting my mind wander. I still have to wash my face and brush my teeth. I'll do that after Bjorn comes out of the bathroom. What else? It would be nice to have a notepad for the lectures, but I'll borrow one from someone or take notes on my phone. I should write my mom a message later, after we come back from the town. Oh, and Bjorn never explained the thing with Esperanto. I have to ask him when he comes back from the shower. Oh shit, are you okay, Cats? You got gun... Oh shit. The next few minutes I spend listening to music on my phone speaker. Sound quality is endlessly awful, but listening this way has its charm. The vocals are pushed to the front, the sound so gritty.
This VN has been lucky, 4-leaf clover, so far, it's luck, but when you play this VN we got an update for Clevedon Fatal Force.
We already read those. Yeah, we already read those. They've been out for, like, a month, I think. Yeah, we already read them. The vocals are pushed to the front and sound so gritty. Raw and cold like the land around us. Details fade into the background and what's left is meaning. Woo! What time is it? 6:58, not terrible. I have to wash my face while will you wait a moment for me? Sure thing. I still need to pack for the trip. And put on pants! Put on pants, Bjorn! Bjorn walks up to the window and takes a look outside. He looks better already. The shower must have woken him up. What a foggy morning. And a cold one, too. Let's hope the weather gets better before we get to the town. Bjorn says nothing, staring outside in silence. As I enter the bathroom, I hear the bed creak under Bjorn as he plops himself down on it. Turning back, I see him grabbing a notebook.
Have you played newest update for Tennis Ace Keisuke?
Yes. Wait, there's a new Tennis Ace update? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, there's a new update. Yeah, we already read those. Is there seriously a new update? I will cry. There isn't. I will actually cry. But no, we already read those. We already read those. Cleaved and... whatever. Cleaved and, I'm trying to remember what the other one is. Cleaved and... Fatal Force, that's it. As I enter the bathroom, you already read that. When I was done, Bjorn was already dressed and packed. We're a bit late, but not terribly so, and we're not the only ones. The corridor is crowded with other students walking along us towards the cafeteria. What do you think we're going to get? I'm not counting on a lavish breakfast, but I hope there will be some choice. We'll see in a moment. I'm hoping for some pastries myself. By the way, what were you writing in the morning? Oh, you saw that? Nothing special, but I write down my dreams when I remember them. The one I had today was really vivid. Dreams slip out of your grasp if you don't write them down fast, so you have to act quickly. What was it about? I dreamt I was on a train and telling dreams is embarrassing. Sorry. No issue, it was weird of me to ask. Well, I mentioned it first. Writing down dreams reminds me of something. Go through my memories holding a thin thread of recollection. Until I finally remember. Are you experimenting with lucid dreaming? No. What makes it think so? Me and Miko got into this idea quite hard back in middle school, and we tried a few methods, and well, one of them was keeping a dream journal. I never read much about the topic. I thought lucid dreaming is mostly a fantasy. Well, I didn't have much success with it. I think Miko did better with it, or at least claimed so. Kept writing the dream journal long after I stopped, though. It's not that I lacked motivation, I was just forgetting about it too often, or didn't have time to write first thing in the morning. Often I had nothing to write anyway. I rarely remember my dreams. We arrive at the cafeteria only a few minutes late, and it's still barely half full. Looks like it wasn't just us who didn't hurry up much today. Oh, hey there.
Arvo, good morning.
Good morning. Good to see you're up already. Hi, guys. I hope you slept better than me. Looks like we're not the only ones. What, did we miss something?
Not much, don't worry.
How long have you two been here? Actually, we arrived here just a moment before you. How we take the same table as yesterday?
A good idea, just standing here is a bit awkward.
We sit around the table, me taking a spot between Bjorn and Miko opposite Tarun. Bjorn starts with 2 croissants, unsurprisingly. He cuts them open and spreads marmalade on one side, then puts some fresh fruits inside and folds them back together. You like your breakfast sweet? Yeah, it puts me in a good mood. Or at least makes it better. Fair. I often go for a mix of savory and sweet. Too much sugar makes me feel sick. Wait, are you in a bad mood now? Honestly, it's hard to tell. He doesn't look sad, but he's been rather quiet for the last few minutes. I don't know him well enough to know what he might be thinking. Or feeling. I hoped we'd go to the town today, but that's just a mild disappointment. On a positive note, you can probably find some time for a nap later if you're still sleepy. Yeah, at least that. 6 o'clock is not exactly the hour I like waking up at. Quite the contrary. I think making people wake up before at least 8 o'clock should be considered a war crime. Bjorn. Please marry me. I offer you a glove. Wait in line? It's called mitosis. I will mitosis Bjorn. Mitosis beam activate. We're mitosis beaming Bjorn. If you're... No, it's called I can marry both Bjorn and Lake. I can marry both Bjorn and Lake. We can also mitosis Lake. Here you go, have a mitosis Lake.
It's time to drink water. It's time to drink water.
Ah, fuck. Wrong
It's
button.
time to drink water.
Maybe.
It's
Yeah, I'm
time to
not a
drink
fan
water.
either. We'll find something to do here for sure. And we're still visiting the town tomorrow. I guess. Thank you, Arvo. The difference between a brooding Bjorn and a cheerful one is pretty stark. He seems much livelier and more present now. I'm happy to know this actually managed to cheer him up. Jorgen, you're not eating anything? A coffee for me, yeah. Wait, I didn't tell you? I've had it with me the whole time. I even have it with me right now. Really? You mentioned you're into analog photography, but I thought you were talking about shooting on regular film. I got an instant camera as an addition to use my usual digital one, and so far I'm liking it a lot. What's important is that I have it back. Although I have to admit I enjoyed sharing a room quite a lot. Maybe I'll think of something later. Oh, by the way, I need to bring you back your jacket. There's no hurry. Besides, I need to stay here after breakfast and set up everything. Say, Arvo. Though I bet we won't attend a lot of them together. Right, you're mostly going to the ones about physics. Well, we can always meet afterwards. Sure, that'd be nice. Bit weird to be alone all of a sudden, though. Bjorn's company felt so unobtrusive that it didn't tire me at all. Do I have just the information for you, Damien? You can ask them. I modded Don Chorus on the other laptop. Ask Katz, he was there. Kind of miss it. I wonder what he's doing now. Maybe watching something? Or unpacking the backpack he prepared for the trip to town. That must feel at least somewhat disheartening. I should prepare myself mentally for the lectures. That's got to be more than 5 hours of heavy learning. We're gonna go for a walk with Miko. The Hatsune Miko. Actually gonna give him attention. Ugh, it's finally over! Oh man, that was a lot.
Yeah, I wanted to attend the next lecture too, but I'm having second thoughts about that. I don't think I have the mental capacity for that anymore. What's it about? Language patterns recognition in dolphins. Doesn't ring a bell, sorry. How did you like this one, by the way? The lecturer did a good job of explaining everything, but my knowledge of astrophysics is pretty much, well, non-existent. It was interesting, though. I'm glad you talked me into it.
To be completely frank with you, I just wanted some company here. I didn't care about the lecture itself that much. But I enjoyed it too. It was more interesting than I thought it'd be. We could go somewhere and relax. Some rest would be nice. Oh, damn, my back! I stand up and sit back down again instantly, feeling a jolt of pain shoot up my back. Are you okay?
Yep, I must have been sitting in a weird position.
Bjorn extends his paw and grabs mine, lifting me up.
Thanks. So we pretty much have the rest of the day to ourselves. You have any plans?
Not really. We were supposed to be in town until dinner. I have an idea, though. Give me half an hour. I'll have to ask Travis about something in the meantime first. And maybe have a small snack. We're gonna go back with Bjorn. I'll wait in my room then. Sounds nice. Some rest sounds nice. So I should drop Miko a message, but I can write that while walking. We walk out of the cafeteria together. Bjorn, looking ahead, his paws stuffed into the pockets of his hoodie while I tap at my phone. Okay, done. I gave him a heads up not to look for me, as I'm skipping the next lecture. Bjorn nods and keeps on walking ahead in silence. Maybe he needs to be alone for a while? After all, we spent a lot of time together today. He didn't really have a longer moment for himself. If he's living with his parents, he probably doesn't get too much alone time. Or maybe he's just tired and I'm overthinking it. That's not likely. I could always just ask him. But I don't. Okay, that's my room. See you soon, right? See ya. I direct my steps to my own room, the carpet muffling my steps so that the calm afternoon atmosphere is undisturbed. I send Mom a quick message informing her that we're staying in the guest house today and toss the phone beside me. I don't really feel like doing anything, to be honest. I have half an hour for myself, but I don't know how to use it. Now that I think of it, it's been a long time since I had completely free time like I have now. I'm not used to boredom. I haven't felt it in a long time. Usually in situations like this, I just take out my phone and start reading something, but somehow, I don't want to do that now. I feel something arising within me. A need to create, a sudden pull resonating deep. I've taken a few nice photos lately, but it was always just documenting, not creating. I should start with an idea first and then try to find a way to execute it. I used to do that, and I loved all the photographs I created this way. Lately, especially after moving out, I wasn't in the right mindset, but now I feel like I could get back to that. I opened my eyes, letting the world slip back into my consciousness, and stare at the wooden ceiling above me. What should I create? I feel like I should look for the inspiration within me, not outside. Dive deep inside and see what I resurface with. A nap would be good for that, but even though the lectures drained me, I don't feel sleepy at all. Instead, I take out my laptop and start sketching. With all the snow outside, maybe I could capture a shot of Miko lying on a hill looking like he's suspended in the air. Then I could turn that upside down and enhance it in post-production. It would look like he's flying or ascending. Sort of how I feel right now. I try out different angles and compositions. My skills in drawing are pretty much non-existent, but thankfully enough for the task at paw. Then I switch to some other ideas popping in my head, trying to capture them before they dissolve forever. Get a message from Bjorn. Huh, already? I'm sure just a few minutes ago had passed, but it looks like I spent almost half an hour thinking. Came up with a few ideas that could work, though. Closing my laptop, I grab my camera bag again and leave the room. Oh, you got here fast. I wasn't doing much. I just closed my laptop and went out when I got the message. Come in, then. Travis should be here soon. At least he said he would be. What are we going to do, by the way? I asked Travis if he brought any consoles with local multiplayer games there with him, and he said he has one he can bring here. Playing games together. Huh, can't remember the last time I did that with anyone. Not counting online matches. Sounds fun, I'm in. It would be nice if we could order a pizza now, but I doubt anyone could deliver one here. Yeah, for sure not with the road to the town blocked by snow. Oh, shouldn't take long to make it traversable again. I bet it will be cleared before dinner. I sit down in the bed I spent the night in, and lean against the wall. By the way, how are you doing? You seemed somewhat absent-minded after the lectures. I can come back later if you're not feeling well. Oh, don't worry. I was just a bit tired. I didn't sleep too well last night, and I just needed to lie down for a bit in silence. I made myself a coffee. Do you want one? I'm fine, thanks. Not sleepy yet. Bjorn walks up to the window and looks outside, silence falling upon us. Somehow it's hard to find any words now. Bjorn's bluntness helped to ward off my awkwardness before, but now that he stays silent, I'm not sure what to do. Maybe you'd like some chocolate? Oh, I'm definitely not turning down chocolate. Bjorn passes me the bar. I take a whole row and bite into it. The chocolate isn't great, but even bad chocolate is good. Lack of any filling is disappointing, but it's still chocolate. A chocolate I got for free on top of that. Thanks. Bjorn breaks off another 2 pieces, then devours them with a smile. You prefer plain chocolate, or do they have nothing else in the store? Nah, that's just plain chocolate. It's what I'm used to. Usually got a few bars with me. A few bars? In case of an emergency. An event like today. I didn't know when would be the next time we could visit a store, so I grabbed a bunch for the trip. I love the one stuffed with nuts, too. My grandmother used to buy them for me back in Poland. I like them a lot, too. Nuts add some pleasant crunchiness. Already forgot about Bjorn not being born here. Nothing about him points to that, and he didn't say anything about his homeland yet. So, what was it like to grow up in Poland? I don't remember much, just some vague feelings and a few scenes. I remember the flat where we lived, or maybe I only think so. Time distorts memories. Aside from scenes I can recall in full details, everything is just a blurry lake. Weird how our minds register some scenes in such detail that remembering them is like playing a recorded tape. And it's not like they were some big, important moments. For example, me helping my grandma with the crossword in the park one Sunday morning. She was wearing a green vest and earrings that reminded me of avocados cut open. Her hair was looking very pretty that day. It must have been October or September. The trees were just beginning to wear autumn hues, but it wasn't cold yet. A kid with a school backpack walked before us, led by his mom. My grandma commented with how well I'm helping her. She's sure I'll be a great student once I go to school. And were you? Not really. Oh, was she disappointed? She didn't live to see that. She died maybe 2 years later, before we moved out. She must have already known she was sick by then. But of course nobody told me. I wouldn't have understood anyway. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. It was long ago. Now she's mostly just a memory. Only, sometimes I wonder if she'd be proud of me if she was still alive. I'm sure she would be. Maybe. She was very easy to please. It's hard to find any fitting words now. Bjorn doesn't seem to be in any need of consolation, though. Must have happened almost 20 years ago, after all. I can only be happy all my grandparents were blessed with health. Time distorts memories. We forget the experience of the everyday and remember what our minds deem important. We forget the bad stuff too, so the past can always stay sweet for us. We're floating down a stream and the water behind us stays turbid, undulating and quiet. Sorry, I didn't mean to tank the mood like that. Life isn't all rainbows and sunshine, it's fine. It's stupid to shy away from heavier topics, we all have our burdens. Housekeeping! Weird, it doesn't sound like the janitor I met yesterday. Guess I should say what they want. Be right back. Hello! A fresh delivery of digital entertainment for you! The Tanuki enters the room without further ado and closes the door behind him with a light kick, carrying a console and a bunch of cables and controllers in his paws. His tail stands behind him excitedly, a bright smile lighting up his face. Travis, what did you bring? I have... I had to read that twice. Because my brain is fucking weird. For whatever minute, it did not register that the word was shatter. It did not register that that word was shatter. Instead, I saw it as shatter. As in someone who was actively shatting. That is what my mind went to. That is what my mind went to. I'm ready for death now. I have Super Shatter Sisters and a few other games you might like. All multiplayer. It's Super Smash Bros. Travis drops all the equipment onto the bed before grabbing the console and turning it on. But I start with that one. It's the most fun you don't need to be good at to have fun playing. Okay, bye. Honestly, it's a bit of a button masher, like all the fighting games. Can your laptop be used as a screen? I think so. You can try. If not, we can use the TV set. The Tanuki busies himself with plugging in the console to the TV, and in the meantime, Bjorn and I sit on a bed, the curve in the mattress making me lean into his arm. With Travis, the mood in the room instantly gets lighter, any sort of heavy atmosphere hanging in the air dispelled. Okay, looks like everything is working. You guys know how to play it. No, I'd need some instructions first. Never played it either somehow. Really, guys? It's like the essential party game. Travis walks up to us and gives us both a controller. Over the next few minutes, he gives us a crash course of the game, explaining the mechanics, basic controls, and the goal. I'm playing as Bowser! Then we start playing, and oh boy, it's just pure chaos. Travis is getting into the game hard, jumping around in tandem with his character on screen. Honestly, it's silly to watch. Bjorn and I both struggle a lot in the beginning, and on more than one occasion, we mistake the other's character for our own, resulting in us falling off the map in seconds. But even if we have little idea what we're doing, the game is fun and engaging. Even if I wouldn't be playing myself, just trying to follow what's happening on screen would be entertaining. Don't run away! I got you now! I got you anyway! In your dreams. Look, another gift box. What does this one do? No idea. Me neither! There's so many of them I can't remember! We're all doing fairly bad, but in no small part because the screen is definitely too small for us. Travis is a bit ahead of us in points in every match, but between me and Bjorn, it's a fierce competition. Ha! I win! You win this round, don't get ahead of yourself. Start the next one, I need to beat the two of you. Ultimately, after 2 more rounds, Bjorn comes out on top, obliterating both me and Travis with a new character. Travis wasn't entirely happy, arguing that choosing this character is pretty much cheating, but I agree with Bjorn in that if the character is available in the game, then it's fair. This was nice! I'm tired now! Tired? How? You were just sitting on a sofa and playing a video game. Mentally exhausted! Have you seen how flailed around? I'm not surprised at all that he's tired. We all sit back in comfortable silence, leaning against the wall. It was an hour well spent. If it wasn't such a cloudy day, we could have watched the sunset in a little bit, but the sun didn't come out much of its cloudy cover all day. That was nice. We should do this again. Next time I'll get your ass. So, did you like it? Quite a lot, yeah. Too bad I barely know how to control any of the characters. I mentioned that it's a bit of a button masher ride. I'm glad the deaths weren't permanent. There's nothing like dying in the middle of a game and having to look at your friends having fun for the next 10 minutes. Yeah, some games are like that. Though I mostly play single-player games. That's never a problem in them. Oh, really? You don't enjoy some competitiveness? I usually play for the story. There's not much of it, if any, in multiplayer games. Good game can be as good as reading a book, or even better. I enjoy that added interactivity sometimes. Really? You? I thought your team books all the way. It doesn't mean I can't enjoy a good game from time to time. I haven't found too many of them, though. I see. Anyway, we should get going soon. I don't want to be late for dinner. I gotta go take a leak first, and if you're ready, we can go straight to the cafeteria. Sounds like a plan. I don't need anything from my room. If I can leave the consoles here, then I'm ready too. Sure, you don't even have to come back for it. I wouldn't be mad at all. Ha ha! Very funny! Better go now, or we won't wait for you. Bjorn stands up and walks to the toilet, while Travis lies down on the bed with a sigh. Little Tanuki must have really exhausted himself playing. Bjorn's still there! I wish I could get excited about the game enough to feel like that afterwards. I'm surprised, by the way. I didn't know Bjorn is a heavy reader. What do you mean? You said that he's team books or something like that, right? Travis sits up and looks at me, blinking repeatedly as if he had just seen an apparition. Wait, you don't know? I thought the big guy was excited about it enough to tell everyone, especially you, with you staying with him last night and all. Know about what? Travis, give me some answers! Bjorn is a writer! This time it's my turn to blink repeatedly. A writer? Yes, he writes stuff! Stuff? Like what exactly? Short to medium length stories! I quickly go through all my encounters and conversation with the bear, but I can't remember him even hinting about that. Well, I've seen him with a notebook, but beside noting down his dreams, he could be doing anything with it. Like learning math or even just scribbling drawings on his side. He didn't mention it, no, maybe it's not something huge for him? Well, ask him yourself! I nod and look away. It's not like Bjorn has to tell me everything about his life. I only asked him about some obvious stuff, or whatever came up in the conversation. So, Bjorn is a writer. I wonder what kind of sort of stories he writes. My first bet would be on high fantasy stuff, something with magic and epic adventures. That's usually a good setting for a novel, less so for a short story. Maybe I just haven't read enough stories. I want to get back into reading after moving out. But somehow it didn't work out well. Wait, what should he be excited about? His story was submitted to a nationwide competition, and the results should be shown this week. Oh, now I'm surprised he didn't mention it. That sounds like something he really should be excited about. That's why I'm surprised he's not talking about that all the time. People react differently to this sort of stuff. Maybe he's nervous about it. Is the contest like a big thing? I'm not gonna lie, it sounds like one. That's because it is, but as I said, ask him, not me. I'm not sure if I should if Bjorn didn't mention it himself. Maybe he's superstitious or doesn't want to tell anyone else before the results. Either way, despite Travis's enthusiasm, I'd rather be cautious about the topic. Okay, you two ready? Yeah, we can go. I'll leave the questions for later. Time to fill our stomachs! It's early, but we're gonna leave off here tonight. Oh, great heavens. Stay safe, have a good night, and I will see you all tomorrow.